right, chickadees, welcome into today's episode of Mojo Mysticism. We are continuing to pull this week, all week, from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, the pocket edition of that deck. Cutest little cards, they're so cute. And today's theme is building upon yesterday's. So I already pulled the cards out of the deck this just a few minutes ago. And here's what's interesting about it. One of the cards that came up was the card we saw yesterday. This is Orphaned, card number 5, Orphaned. And that card came up with card number 9, which is Treasure Island, and card number 35, which is Loyal Heart. And so these cards are building on what we saw yesterday. So when we are in a place where we feel orphaned, we feel like we don't fit in. I think yesterday we saw this in the reverse. No, we didn't. It was in the upright. Sorry. So what a difference a day makes. But when we see this card, and it's basically telling us, that we don't, maybe there's an area where we don't feel like we fit in our lives. We get the opportunity to look at that, and we also get the opportunity to just be with that feeling. So I have felt that way for quite some time now, many months actually. Just trying to allow myself to be in this space and see what comes next. And I've been delighted in some areas, and there's still more to do. So here's the message that they've given us with these 3 cards, because when we feel orphaned, when we feel like we don't fit in, it's just an invitation, right, to sit with it until what does fit with us comes in. So I think yesterday we got the not for you card. That can definitely leave us feeling orphaned. So, but when it comes with the number 9 card, the Treasure Island is actually the map of all the abundance that we need in our life. And so Treasure Island is reminding us that if we just remain with these feelings or emotions or situations, and we don't try to force them into anything that they're not ready to become, and we just remain with them, it leads to the destination, which is fulfilling the desires of our heart. And that is where card number 39, Loyal Heart, comes in, because Loyal Heart is saying that those people or those situations, and specifically those people, are on their way to you. So don't rush it. Don't rush it by trying to fill in the blank or make somebody be who they're not, or project onto them a role that they're not able or willing to play or capable even of playing in your life. And allow the divine to just show you how this all beautifully unfolds. So there are many little things that will delight you along the way. As I said, I'm kind of still in the middle of this. It's been going on for about, about 6 months. And have been very, very delighted with people that have come into my life to help me in this next phase. And also, it has been, there's been a lot of grief of situations and relationships that have just run their course or needed to be paused temporarily. And that is all the Orphan card. And when things get paused and you go into grief, that's the Orphan card. But when people show up, especially when they are people that are aligned with you, that's Loyal Heart, right? And it's the in-between where we get to sit with the knowing that Treasure Island is there and that the divine is leading us to the treasure. We just may not really realize all of the pieces and parts that are falling into place until certain points along the way. And those are the delicious points where we realize, oh yeah, actually this has been happening all along. So, and I'll give you one. One of these happened to me today. Very interesting. Someone I've known for several years at the same conference I'm at, who says to me that something about her being able to see ghosts. And I said, really? So let's talk more. And she opened up a lot about it. And she said, I can't talk about it much because people just think it's weird. And I said, well, I don't think it's weird. And the longer we talked, the more I revealed to her, just what I am experiencing and what the capabilities that I'm developing and that I have developed recently. And it was really, really interesting. And she even mentioned to me, she said, I would like to really get some support in really understanding and developing these skills. And, and I told her, I said, I do see ghosts from time to time. I don't see them as regularly as I see spirits and energy and extraterrestrials, that kind of thing, that come in. But they all come in, they don't come in physical form. Usually they come in spirit form, non-physical. So, as we were talking, I was able to just kind of tell her, look, like, if you're serious about that, I have mentors that I work with. And it was just a very, very delightful conversation in a conference that's not about ghosts and spirits. It's actually about how we build buildings. It's about design building specifically, and not just buildings, but different infrastructure projects. And so here we are, two people talking about, the spirit realm in the middle of this conference. And it was just delightful. And I think it was delightful. It's not that I don't talk about it a lot, because I do. But it was just delightful to know that there's others around that, that do understand that this is our real reality. What we see with our physical eyes is just the tip of the iceberg. So it was just delightful. So those kinds of things will happen along the way, right? But yeah, that's the message tonight, is when we feel orphaned, right? And we do from time to time, especially as we grow and we up level, we're going to feel that, because there's going to be a shedding of the old life and a falling away of things that used to be. We need to, or we're invited to, we don't need to do anything because we're all grown, right? We get to make our own decisions. But we're invited to understand that we are on our way to Treasure Island, right? That we're on that journey, and that the divine is guiding us to not only what's next for us in our development, but also the people that will help support us along that way. So, and that is the loyal heart. So, if you feel like you're orphaned, or you feel like you've got a lot of loss and grief in your life right now, that you're being asked to let go of a lot of things, because you probably are, especially if you listen to this channel, there's a lot of that going on right now. Just understand that these other two aspects are happening as well. And so Treasure Island is there, and it consists of the things and the people that are going to help support you in the next phase of your journey. So I love you, chickadees. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you next time on Mojo Mysticism. Mwah.